Yo, Richard, what's up, brother? It is me. It is DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, the king of bada bing, the master of the diamond cutter. The three-time world champion, WWE Hall of Famer, and founder and CEO of DDP Yoga, better known today as DDPY. Why? I'm sure you've heard me say it before, Rich, because I want people to stop calling it just fucking yoga. That's why. All right, so you might have noticed my claw here, all the years of friggin' hitting mats and faces sometimes. Try not to hit anybody in the face, but I thought I'd beat it. I had such bad carpal tunnel that I had to get the surgery because they go into you with a cattle prod. And this is how they decided whether you have nerve damage. When that cattle prod hits you, wow, what the fuck was that? And then they're going to do it all the way up into your neck. Oh my God, that hurt like a son of a bitch. So I had it bad in my hand and in my elbow. My neck's fucked up, but for some reason, I don't know why they didn't do something with that too. But they go in there and they flip the nerves around. And now, last night was the first night still up and down all night, but I wasn't woken up because my hand was so numb. I got to do the same thing with this one, but they won't do it unless it's 6 weeks apart. So, which one of the reasons I won't probably do it for another 3 months is we start filming a show, and I wish I would have said this to the last guy. We start filming a new show called Change or Die. And it'll probably be on one of the premier cable network stations, but it's going to be pretty amazing. So let's talk about you, brother. Let's just read what you wrote here. First of all, I gotta ice this thing. So I got 2 bags of ice. And I tell everybody, ice, if you work out too hard, you got an injury, I just don't say it. I do it. I walk the talk. So, all right. How I'm helping save veterans and first-time lives. First of all, that alone, pick up your right hand, brother. Give yourself a self-high five. I'm guessing you're a veteran who's helping veterans. Maybe you're not. I'm not sure. If you are a veteran, I'm sure you know about our half-price app and stuff. So I'm guessing you're on the app. But for you, as a veteran, if you are, which I'm pretty sure you are, I think I saw some fatigues in your picture. Just go to ddpyoga.com/first responder. First responder, not S, .com, excuse me, ddpyoga.com/first responder. And it's always 50% off. I think it's $4.99 as opposed to $8.99. I think it's $8.15, whatever, not $9.15 was for the regular one, but for the half price off, it's $4.99 a month for any of your guys who want it. Because as you know, by doing the program, it just helps. It helps it, and I've had it said to me hundreds of times that it helps people with their PTSD because I guess of the focus and the confidence that my program starts to build. And the biggest reason why it builds confidence is because in the beginning, the shit's hard. Even the simple shit can be challenging. And you can't do it exactly the way you want to, but then all of a sudden you can. And then you get better, and you get better, and you get stronger. So, all right, how can you help, meaning me? Try to help those struggling with addiction and depression. Been a big fan and clean 33 years. So, first of all, again, you got to get me up there, pick up the right hand. Give yourself a self-high five, bro. I was just watching, me and Jake Roberts started a podcast with Conrad Thompson. And it's called DDP Snake Pit. And if you end up going on, it's on iTunes, it's on Spotify. I like to, people to direct them to YouTube because you get to see me and Jake. We put up pictures for everybody and all that stuff to make it more interesting and fun. It's just a fun, inspirational podcast. So, Jake, and I'm sure you've seen the resurrection of Jake the Snake. I think when you're saying that you're helping people who are, struggling with addiction and depression, Jake would have been 10 plus on both of those things, but not today. So that's the beauty of where Jake is. But it just didn't happen. It was a journey, and it was a long journey. I tried. The reason why I like everyone to start off with episode 1 on DDP Snake Pit is because a lot of people know that I helped Jake and what I did for him because of resurrection, but they don't know why. And, without Dusty Rhodes, there is no Diamond Dallas Page. Without Jake Snake Roberts, there's no 3-time world champion. There's no Hall of Famer. Both of those guys were very inspirational, and I wouldn't even say inspirational. Dusty was. Jake, not so inspirational, more, what word am I looking for? I don't know. They just made, I can't think of the word right now, but guiding me, educational, and he would never tell me what to do. He'd make me figure it out, which was really probably the best thing for me, because I just kept working to get better and better and better. So for you, the biggest thing, like I say, I'm guessing you're on the list, but are you not doing the program? But maybe you're not. I don't know, because you didn't say anything about it. So like I say, you get it for half price, you decide to go. The reason I bring this up is because of this. That's the very first thing that'll come up on the app. It's called The List. And if you want to know why I've had so many unbelievable transformations, not just physically, but mentally, because every year we do the Positively Unstoppable Challenge. And any of your guys, they should get in it. Anyone you're working with or trying to help, they're not going there to try to win $250,000, even though someone might. But the worst, whoever wins it all, they'll get like 25 grand. But one of those books out of 100 of them got $250,000 in it. Not one person that I've had to ever get the finals ever started the contest to win money. They came. This is where it answers your question about depression and trying to just to stay in a really positive spot. And every single one of those people who have been finalists in my contest over the last 4 years, they come there looking for hope. A lot of them. Most addicts are looking for hope. Most people who are really beat up and just lost their way when it comes to, physical activities. They don't know what to do, and they're depressed and they're lost. So a lot of people come to my program looking for hope, and then looking for probably the most important thing, which is encouragement. And there's a site that we have, DDP Yoga, one word, on Facebook. It's not mine. It was started by my buddy, Chris Gabriano. And he got too busy. He couldn't keep it going. So he handed it off to my buddy, Steve Doyle. These guys are instructors who teach my stuff, right? And before you know it, there's 100 people on that page, then 1,000. Now there's over 70,000 people. So much so that I put it on the app every Friday, Fabulous Friday. I go looking for people's stories. And I just read what they wrote, because it was there and then it's gone with 70,000 people there. But I saw something that inspired me, and I want to share it with people. You become the 5 people you hang out most with. So when I read your thing right here, and trying to help those struggling with addiction and depression, how I'm helping save veterans and first timers. And I read what you wrote, because remember I said to you, tell me a little bit more. And you just basically wanted a pep talk, something, to guide you. Now, again, if you use my list, and feel free to use any of my shit, bro, it's all yours. I just want to share it. When I was 22, I was listening to a Bible thumper named Zig Ziglar. And I'm a big God guy. But Zig was a very powerful speaker. And he's had so many great quotes, but my favorite, he didn't say it exactly like this, kind of made it my own, but it's his inspiration to me. He said, you can get whatever you want as long as you help enough people get what they want. That's heavy. And it works. That's what you're doing by helping these people. Don't get discouraged, bro. I know, I've been doing it my whole life. Like, go back to wrestling. I helped 30 guys get jobs from Raven. Created Raven's character from Scotty Flamingo to Raven is drastic change. But I helped go through that whole change and that whole metamorphosis. Disco Inferno, Billy Kidman, Ray Lloyd, better known as Glacier, Canyon. I mean, there are so many guys that I helped back then. And before that, I was helping people when I was in the nightclub business. And when I left wrestling in 2002 and went out to Hollywood, I thought, man, I'm going to get paid back here big time. And man, it was like nobody helped me. Got a little help here and there, but basically I had to find my own way, A to Z. And it got me frustrated at times. And I sensed that a little bit in what you wrote to me when I asked you the question. Don't get frustrated, bro. You know, you're just compiling more and more and more and more. Amazing karma. Me personally, I use up a lot of my karma driving because God has to be my co-pilot. Because, you know, I got a Tesla now, so it's 3.1 seconds, 0 to 60. So I never cut anybody off. I hit that gas, I'm in front of them freaking 40 yards. But my wife says, and everybody, my wife kind of drives like I do to a certain degree. But I use most of my karma up. But I think I got a lot of it, you know, so I'm not really worried about it. But don't get frustrated, bro. There is no better feeling than helping people, and you know it. That's why you do it. It makes you feel good about you. And, you know, the biggest thing I can tell you, man, is I think right now you should do the list. You know, get on the app if you're not already on it. It's the very first thing up there, and do everything on the list. It'll enlighten you at a different level, and you'll be able to share it with your brothers, you know? And there is a video up on that Facebook page from a guy named Jeremy Laundrie. And this is a guy who literally was, you know, an addict for over 20 years. And he does this thing on his life called Not My Rock Bottom Yet. And he goes through all these things where you think one of them would have been his rock bottom, but he just kept going. And went to rehab, kicked out, saw the resurrection of Jake the Snake, started DDP Yoga, and he's one of my finalists, one of my champions. And lost like 50 pounds over a 6-month period. Looks unstoppable. Training to be an instructor now. So it's still there, bro. You know, you've got it. You've got, you know, you're already doing something that is so amazing, because everybody says they love the veterans and, you know, God, they come first when nobody does anything for them. After they get out, you know, it's fucked up. But that's at least I do. You know, I went to Iraq 3 times, went to Afghanistan once, me on my own time, and you know how crazy it was over there. Anything could have happened, but it didn't, because God was my co-pilot, and that's why I was there. And taking it and doing 50% off for all veterans, well, that works, and that helps those guys. So let them know. Love the work you're doing. Keep it up. You are making a huge difference, man, because you're diving into both of them, man. Addiction and depression, and you're working with the military cats. And unfortunately, when you come out, you're a regular civilian like everybody else. There's a show on right now called Heels, and it's on Amazon Prime. And Jake and I review it from episode 3. It's stage so 3 to 10 because it's 8 episodes. But there's a scene in it when Jack, who's running the promotion, Stephen Amell from Green Arrow, he's talking to his brother Ace, and they're outside this hospital. And basically, he's talking about being a wrestler, even though it's not at the show. It's not WWE or AEW or whoever. It's just local wrestlers. Being this local wrestler makes them bigger than what they'd be without it. It puts them in a different spot. When they get in that ring, they don't care if there's 20 people there or 20,000. And it's so true. Like, we are what we do. And you, my friend, are doing something super special. So keep it up. Don't get down. Know God's watching and going to pay you back for all the shit you're doing. I'm proud of you, man. And tomorrow, you get on the mat and do your DDP yoga, or else, bang. I hope that worked for you, Rich. I'd appreciate it if you leave me some kind of a review. I'd appreciate it, buddy. Have a great day, and don't forget to check out DDP Snake Pit. See you, pal. See ya.